It
Oh,
was
you wasn't
probably just,
recorded?
yeah, I wasn't recording. It was probably just meant for the group.
Right.
That's probably why, because I
The
never
ones that are
forget to
present.
turn on the recorder. So maybe that message was just meant for the beings that's here.
You can always do another video too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All
So
right.
how y'all feeling today? How's y'all energy?
My energy feels great.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw that out there. I'm still like working hard to overcome this like questioning, unsure, it's not, I don't even know if I would call it doubt anymore. It's just facing the fear of the unknown basically. So, I'm dancing with that along with, and actually enjoying the dance. Like, because I know what's going on and I keep getting reassurance from you guys, and whatever, anything else that wants to throw me a signal, it feels, I'm just doing my best to flow.
Right.
So
Yeah.
That's the challenge when you're by yourself, or you come across that challenge, because we get tested. So once you realize when you're by yourself, you have to believe, to think, to inner know.
Mm-hmm.
How I feel is true, is real. And no matter what comes in my way as an obstacle, I'm still going to inner know. It's the same thing like as myself. That's why when I shared that on my IG yesterday, I went off.
yeah.
I had that moment and I was like, I'm going in, I'm going against. And, I'm getting my workout in, got my outside cardio in earlier, and I'm, communicating with my higher self. And as I'm communicating, my higher self, is like, do you miss driving? Because I was doing Lyft and Uber. Do you miss being in, part of metaverse? I don't miss it. I don't miss it. I got to the point where I don't pay taxes. I've gotten ahead of my bills, which I really don't care about that either. It's like I have limit myself from metaverse and I don't miss it at all. I've learned to be one with thyself. So that way, because in order for us to, separate from metaverse, we have to do it individually first. Because we always say if we all come together, it will send shockwaves throughout this whole entire planet. But unfortunately, we are going to separate once the power goes out. But while the power is still on, the worldwide power, we have to separate individually. You got to remember that. So I don't miss metaverse at all. I still got this phone. I still got, but when it comes to it, I'm always ready to throw it away at any given time. I don't need anything from metaverse. And I said this since 2020, once I thought about it, once I believed it, once I started inner knowing, I started living out that righteous life. Like, I don't need anything from metaverse at all. And I mean that. So I'm a living proof of that.
I definitely can understand where you're coming from there, because I've actually been cutting my phone off. Like, just the desire to even be bothered by anything outside of me, is starting to irritate me, because I think what it is for us is the more awakened you get, the more sick you realize that this world is, and the more sick you realize that our people are, and truly, truly lost. And for me, it's just infuriating, because I'm like, everything is around you showing you every sign that it's time for you to let this system and this way of life go, yet you still reject knowledge. You still reject waking up. And it's like so many psyops and stuff going on right now. And for me, I was looking in the comments, just trying to read what other people were saying to get a gauge on where we're at as a people.
Right.
And when I say like people is spiritually dead, like just lost in the sauce, I mean, like, just, and for me, it's disheartening because I'm like, you're not finna be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Right.
so I'm just like, ain't nothing more I can do because this is an individual choice to wake up and accept reality or stay asleep. So I done just start preparing for the stuff to go down now. You know what I'm saying? So I done start like learning how to cook with just, the stuff that I got in this little like burner that I use off solar power. Like I done start detaching from buying like anything really from the grocery store. I ain't went grocery shopping in about 3 weeks. And I'm just trying to learn how to live without depending on anything in this system right now. And I've been doing a lot of research on STHF, like shit hit the fan, herbal medicine, foraging and stuff like that, natural foods and stuff that's edible, natural greens and stuff. And that's where I'm at with it because I'm like, everything around us is shifting right here in our face. It's apparent. And I'm like, either you're gonna get with the program or the program getting ready to run your ass over. Like, so I understand why you went off. You understand because I think it's the same energy with all of us right now because it make you kind of angry or frustrated, you know what I'm saying? And people still hanging on to these constructs of a false reality of religion, of control, of believing these governments gonna get us out of something and they ain't never got us out of shit. But I realized that everybody's not gonna awaken, and it is now what it is. So now it's just time to vibrate higher because I realize even being on this phone lowers my vibration when I'm in social media because social media to me, it has just gotten so low vibrational. Even when I try to post stuff to the awakened people, now I'm getting attacked by the bots and stuff. And it's infuriating. You know what I'm saying to me? Because
Hey,
I'm like,
somebody's mic is on and it's echoing. Y'all continue.
I think that might be you, bro.
Yeah, I'm good.
Go ahead.
is it mine?
No, you good.
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. So,
okay, we good. No echoing.
All right. So, I done start just limiting everything. And I think it's because we all just preparing to let it go. And that's the last little strands of metaverse because I don't watch TV anymore anyway. I don't like go out like partying or none of that type of stuff. I just have lost the desire and don't understand me. I used to do it all the time, but I done just lost the desire to even be around them people. Like I don't even want to be bothered. That's the honest truth. Like, so I don't know. But that's where I'm at. So I can understand why you went off like that. I saw what you were saying because it really is some questions of awakening your spirit and your soul, which you was asking them. But shit, if you don't want to wake up, you could put 1,000 questions in their face. They still ain't going to answer them the right way and get the message. So what can you do?
That's how you know we're ascending because we have no interest in metaverse anymore. And it's gotten to the point where even religious people, they're still waiting on Jesus Christ and thinking that he's going to come back and save them. Our own reflections, our own, neural melanin carbonated people. They're like, I'm like, y'all kidding me. And so I can only imagine how they feel about us. But it's like we always say, go within thyself. And they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to self-reflect. It's too hard for a lot of people. And yeah, I've gotten to the point where, social media, I think we didn't share enough, but it's gotten to the point where it's like prepare now or sacrifice trying. Yeah. Prepare now or sacrifice trying.
Because wake up. Mm-hmm.
There's only so much information. We've already given out so much information. A lot of us that has waken up, we've given us so much knowledge and information that they can self-reflect. and put it into their own perspective. But they're clearly not doing that. So now it's to the point where if they're talking about the CERN's machine, if they're talking about this, it's over. Our red sun, brother, is getting hotter every single moment. And they don't enter and understand what that means. They don't even have a level of understanding what that means.
Yeah, understanding. We ain't even got to say understanding it.
Right.
They don't even stand under it to get any type of, and I'm just like, and I mean, I think I'm seeing that same thing. And I'm like, the revelation is waking up. The revelation is understanding what's going on around you. Like the earth is literally shifting. Like the poles are literally shifting in real time right before our face right now. Time is literally speeding up. The earth is getting hot. I don't care how many clouds and weather modification they make. They're not going to be able to stop the radiation, and they can't stop our ascension. We all see that because we're ascending no matter what they're doing to the weather, and they still burning whether it's cloudy or not outside. So, and this is facts because I done seen people walking around with umbrellas, and it's damn, the clouds is in the air. You understand? And I don't see nobody outside when the sun is up, yo. When the sun is out, look.
I am preparing myself so much.
You'll hear a feather drop on the street out here where I'm at.
I'm preparing myself so much under our sun, brother. He doesn't even feel hot to me like it feels to everybody else. He feels great. And I'm just absorbing it. I'm getting my workout in. I'm getting my jumping jacks, all hands-free workout underneath our sun, brother. Sweating, getting all these toxins out. That's our real sauna right there, y'all. That's our real sauna.
Yeah.
But this is how you know where people their logic is so judged, so clogged, because they just, you just know where their mindset is. Like you said, I read some of these comments and I'm like, y'all just don't get it. I just shake my head every single time when you talking to the family, the parents, some of these friends you have, they just don't get it.
And without unity, the crazy thing about it, without unity, they not gonna get nowhere. So it's just like they can't even do the simplest thing and come together. So if they can't even do that, then I mean they so far gone. It's just
Them like cold, they just too far gone. Clone beings, you know, it's clone beings out here. Like I said, you got the soul beings, and then you got the beings that was cloned. And some of the clone beings are melanated beings. They just don't have pineal function. And this is real.
That's why we're not here to save people. That's why it's each one reach one. We may go through, 10, 20 soulless souls until we reach one. And we cannot stress about it. That's another thing, too. We're not here to prove our truth to people. We're here to deliver a message, and if they can't receive it, we're still going to continue to move forward. That's what our son, brother, mother guy is doing, moving forward, and we got to continue to move forward. Let's not stress out over trying to wake or save people.
And I was arguing, I had to pull myself out of arguing with this person because I was telling them, like the stuff that we be, like some of the stuff we be talking about and stuff like that. And, I be forgetting that I'm talking to small-minded people sometimes, especially when they introduce the topic. And my thing is, don't introduce the topic if you're really not ready to go into detail. And I was arguing with them or whatever, basically, and they was just like, basically, like, all the stuff that we talk about is opinion. I'm like, no, it's factual. You can feel it in your soul when something is correct. Your body, your spirit is going to tell you when something is correct, when you're on the right path about something, so it's just like, it's hard.
Here's the thing. Really, they always say it's an opinion. It's no longer an opinion when you're going against metaverse. Whatever you share against metaverse is no longer an opinion. It's our truth, because our truth is in reverse of metaverse. It's no longer an opinion. They always want to say that because why? We trigger their guilt. That's what we're doing. We're triggering their guilt. They know, like, because we're so passionate. We're so passionate about what we're talking about.
They're not doing what they're doing in life. They know that they're not doing the correct things. They know that they're not on the right path as far as themselves. So they know that they're not doing the right thing. Holding all that negative energy and stuff 24/7 is not good for you. And if anybody tells you that it is, well, they lost too, So it is what it is.
It's cognitive dissonance, y'all. It's the
Mm-hmm.
mind shutting down because they can't understand, and then they go to the lowest vibration of fear and anger
And I'm
because
starting to think that it's gonna push them to all go crazy. Like I'm pretty sure
well,
something gonna hit a
people
switch
is
and
going crazy. Did you see that post that I put in the group about Orlando Regional Medical Center and all of these hospitals? It's got
Right.
people
people jumping out
committing
the window.
suicide and stuff. So people are, and it's not just ORMC, it's all over the country. So they're not talking about this. But we already, I think, discussed in one other lecture, as the frequency of the sun increases, it's going to cause brain inflammation, and some of these people is going to really lose their mind because they can't handle the radiation of the sun. So in addition to that modification that they got right there, ain't no telling what the hell that's going to do with this red sun radiation for real. Because if it'll shut down a Wi-Fi tower, it's going to shut down the Wi-Fi that's in their body, that nano that's in their body. And God only knows what that done really done. So I expect anything now. Like, nothing surprises me anymore, you guys. Like, nothing surprises me. Like, the more and more stuff come out, all of this, I'm not even shocked because I don't underestimate my enemy. And I think that's what a lot of people do. They underestimate I know that they capable of anything at any given time and moment and will do anything at any given time and moment just to try to preserve themselves in a position of power that never belonged to them in the first place. Because if you truly powerful, you don't have to exert your will over anyone.
There you go.
So, this is all just a false construct, y'all. And what we just have to understand is I really feel like the people that's awakened is already woke. Honestly. And I feel like if you're not awake right now, because I feel like it's getting ready to go down.
There you go.
If you're not awake right now, then you one of them clone soulless beings that's getting ready to be devoured, which need to be, because you wasn't nothing but a food source and a worker for low vibrational entities anyway to control something that was never theirs. Understand? Like, if you still, like, you understand where I'm coming from? So I don't even be arguing with people. I don't be trying to help them no more. Like, if I post something and you too lazy to go to Google and search for yourself what I'm talking about, you want me to spoon feed you like you a child when you got a working mind and brain. I done gave you the breadcrumb. You can't turn it into the bread. Well, then that's on your ass. I'm not wasting no time because time is too valuable right now. You understand? Every post I make is a time I'm putting back my ascension to try to show you something.
That's true.
Because I could be keeping this shit to myself and ascending and understanding. So if I'm posting it, that's me sacrificing a moment of my ascension or whatever I'm doing to try to help you to learn. And if you too lazy to get up off your ass and then take without that knowledge and go and research it for yourself or try to understand what I'm saying, then it ain't for you. And I'm not finna waste time on you because you're a burden to us right now, because we need people that can operate in their higher self and in their higher mind. Because when all of this go, all of these grids go, we're going to be individual selves out here, but we all are going to have aspects to be able to modify our environment the way it needs to be. And to do that, you got to be able to think on your own. You can't depend on nobody. You got to be able to depend on self to get us where we need to be.
Facts. I really appreciate
from the strong.
I really appreciate it, like the way y'all keep reiterating, because it's very important, which y'all are like the reminders that you're putting out there. Because for me, I was like born woke, and like just the way everything was and the way that I took it, and then the way that my upbringing was.
1 second, Zeke. Somebody is need to hit their mic. I can
Right.
hear something rustling. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's like I was woke and then I got entangled up. So that's always been one of my fears, is that even now, you know, it's like I still having to constantly push that fear off. Like, you're not gonna get tangled back up. You're fine. Like, you woke, you're ascending, because I know that that's what happened to me in the first place. I got here. When I got here, I was like, yo, this is like terrible. Why is this like this? Like, this got to, no, this is something else. And I always knew, you know, the power that we hold and everything like that. But then it was just like my memory faded, and I just got twisted all up in it. And so the reminders are so important for me, because, you know, I do get kind of fearful at my weaker moments, that, you know, I'll get caught back up and anchored back down.
That's what we're here for.
You know,
we are all here to remind each other. We are one of the great reminders.
Nefertiti said something last week that I really liked, and I wrote it down. She talked about like elevating your triggers.
That's
And
deep.
I really, like, I think I say that to myself every day. I'm like, okay, what is this that's triggering me, or what is this fear that's kind of like trying to take over me, and how can I elevate that for real? Because once you elevate it to a certain point, it's like your subconscious is already kind of like defeating things that can't even reach you. And then if it does reach you, I try to find out, like, well, I could say, I can only speak for myself, but I've been looking more into numerology and figuring out the missing links. And some of the missing links was the vibration of the metaphysical. And so me getting into an accident a few weeks ago, I had to slow down. It was just like, sit your ass down, like, you got to chill. So I'm like, all right, so I'm diving deep. I've cleared that karma. And so the next part of the karma that I have to clear is the vibration of the 6. And so the 6 was talking about domestic relationships when it comes to immediate family and also community. And I think that I've been kind of running from that because I was running for myself.
Right.
And I was running from that because I didn't believe that, you know, I could be a leader. I didn't believe that people actually look up to me and they want to follow me. And I be making excuses sometimes because I get in my emotions about it. I'm like, you know, some people don't understand or they don't get it, but it's just like, you know, the people that are going to get it, they're going to get it. And you can't let like low frequency energy try to stop you from, you know, cleansing your karma. So, yeah, I just wanted to add that, you know,
appreciate that.
Appreciate that. I say, and that is so the truth. And what we really have to realize as we begin to ascend higher, these archons is going to send all kind of low vibrational entities and things in the matrix to try to distract you from your higher self. They like to play on our emotions. So just know, like, if you are trying to ascend, you doing stuff to work on yourself, and stuff start getting removed from your hand, like this material matrix, this material stuff, understand why. Number one, it's you never needed it. But number two, it's an archon attack to try to get you lower in your frequency so you won't receive your ascension. Honestly and truthfully, because the more we attach to all of this material, all of these emotional traumas, the more it keeps us in our lower roots, in our lower chakras, and away from our higher ascension. So when you really bust it down like that into the two poles that are within us, you can understand why They know when you're raising in frequency. They can tell when you're increasing your vibration in the vibration of the earth. Because when we raise in frequency, it raises the whole Schumann resonance of the earth. That's how much of a connection we have to Mother Gaia. So they see that. And they know who you are. They knew who we were from birth when they took our blood. They know who we were when we wrapped around the moon and we signed the soul contract and had to come back down. So they know what you are, but they couldn't get rid of your bloodline because they needed to survive and sustain life on this earth. But they were hoping that your vessel stayed asleep so they could use you as an energy source and a worker. And now the morph has changed, the pole has shifted, and you are now awakened. So now it's almost like you in the Matrix with the glasses on, and the Matrix getting ready to come at you, just like it was coming at Neo. That's expect anything. Expect family to go crazy on you, friends, love, man, kids. To expect cars to go down, accidents, all kind of stuff. But what you have to understand is, once you get yourself to such a vibration, it won't be able to affect you anymore. Like, you will get to a vibration higher than them because we are higher than them. We are primordial beings straight from the cosmic mother that just got sent down here for the assignment. So they know we more powerful right now. And they're very afraid because once we call all our power back, and I'm not just talking about like Superman power, I'm talking about this telepathy and all of this stuff that really control the cosmos, the real spiritual stuff, ain't nothing they gonna be able to do. And this is the last realm they had, y'all. This the last realm they had. This they last stand right here. This like the prison planet for all the rogue aliens and shit. So they know once this is over, once we collapse this 3D and ascend this where it need to be, they're done. So they're gonna do everything, but you just keep on vibrating higher, and eventually you're gonna vibrate to a point. You're gonna get to that net neutral, and then it ain't gonna be able to touch you, yo. Like, it's not. You gonna be in a place where you're gonna be emotionless. You understand? Or either you know how to deal with that emotion and use it to power yourself into a higher vibration. Like, that's what I've been learning, how to use my anger to actually help myself vibrate higher, like accepting it. You understand? Like, and that's a deep thing, like accepting your anger, that energy, that frequency, and then transmuting it into something that powers you. You understand?
I agree with that. That's true. You see what I'm saying? We got to be able to consistently protect our energy, because our energy is going to fluctuate from time to time in metaverse. That's how it's going to go. But as long as you maintain at a high frequency, high vibration, like as you know, Dr. Steele mentioned, they cannot touch you. They really cannot. And I've learned to do that too. You can manipulate the energy. If you have anger, manipulate that to help you to ascend even more. I embrace it. My higher self, if my higher self, our highest conscious G mother, our soul star family, my higher self, they always, you know, give me the okay that go ahead. You know, if you're angry, go ahead, you know, embrace it, but don't take it out on anyone personally, individually. And they give me that okay. That's how I know I'm good. That's how we embrace it.
It's all about intent. Honestly, there's no, like, I would think I was telling somebody this on my TikTok, and we were talking about it. Like, there's no good, bad, evil, and all of that. That's just a false mental construct to stop us from figuring out these light codes and using our darkness, which is our greatest power. You understand what I'm saying? So in our anger and rage, there's a vibration that is very high in anger and rage. It's just, what do you choose to do with it? What is your will? What is your intent? Is your intent to hurt and to malign? If so, then you're not going to be here. But if your anger is for Mother Nature and what they doing out here, and you are tired and you using that anger to power you to come up out of this system, and you done got fed up, That's one of the greatest energies we got is actually that polar anger. If you know how to use it and transmute it into something that's going to help yourself.
Exactly. I thought about it too. Like if we transition, this is why they say tomorrow's not promised. Because if we transition, let's say we transition at any given moment of the day, you want to make sure you transition in a high frequency, high vibration. That's very important. So even if somebody tries to attack you and, they, do something to you or whatever, it's okay. As long as you're on a high frequency, high vibration, you was living that conscious, righteous lifestyle, you're going to go into the cosmos.
Yeah, we could go into the cosmos now. We ain't got to keep on coming back no more. But I don't think it's our time yet, yo. We got work. We got some work to do. But
that's why we're still here. Because we still got some work to do.
Because trust me, they done everything they can to take us out. Just know that, like, they knew who you were from birth. You understand? They've been watching you. They've been tracking you all through school, grade school, your public school records, everything. And they whole indoctrination system to try to get you to not get to this point that we at. But it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. And ain't a damn thing they could do about it. But just get the hell out our way. But like I said, we don't have to do nothing. We could just sit back here and follow nature, because nature is at war with them right now, and they ass is grass. When nature at war with you, ain't no force on this earth more powerful than Tiamat, than the earth. Everything on this earth that's in this realm got to power. Look at that. Got to power up off the earth. It's over. Look at that. Look at that. Man, this is done. I'm finna be quiet, but look at that, y'all. Just look.
Yeah, Rod just blessed me on my B-Day.
There you go.
You see that blast?
Man, look. And you know what? It's getting ready to be us. That's a crazy seeing me right there. It's finna be us, y'all. We are doing this. And if you study, like, the pre-dynastic Egyptian stuff in, like, Lemuria, all of those places, the Olmec and stuff, they all talk about the true chosen was going to come from the West. They ain't say the East, they said the West, y'all.
Yes, the West. Wow, the West.
That's us. Understand? We are the ones that have built up the greatest system for these people. Understand that.
Right.
We the ones built all of this up off of our sleep and slumber. This is how this whole construct was able to be put on the earth. And now we tired and we finna destroy it. Period. And build what we're supposed to. But it's every ancient text said the force is coming from the West. And if you really bust it down and you go to inverse, because they try to tell us we came from the East, but then explain why we got the oldest pyramids in the world right over here in the Americas. Definitely. Explain it then. Explain all of these great trees and stuff that was over here that got cut down and are now mesas. You understand? Explain how we got the oldest trees in the earth right over here, the sequoias that they burning down as we speak. Explain that. And that tells you something, real deep right now, that it's finna be us that's supposed to do this shift. It's getting ready, and we in the right place. Like, you got some people like, oh, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to leave the country. You ain't supposed to go nowhere if you really the ones that's supposed to do it, because it said the people, the awakening is going, the Osiris is going to rise from the West. Look it up.
Oh, yeah, that makes so much sense. I am definitely not going to run away.
That's deep right there, what you just pulled up. If he could share his screen again.
It looked like symbols within these flares.
Wow. Is that headed for the Earth?
Yeah, that's Earthbound.
Yo,
that's the one they talking
about. We getting ready to go into the fourth, y'all. I told y'all something was coming.
I'm looking at.
We
These
need
are CMEs.
we need to shock the world. Because they think, oh, y'all can't put a date on it. Y'all can't. Hey, this is not no opinion. This is the truth
This
right here.
ain't no opinion right there. That's facts right there. And look at all of the starships just all over again. Just doing
For the kids at home.
Yep.
You can clearly see it. Like,
that's beautiful.
I'm glad. I'm ready for it to heat up. Honestly, I'm ready for the heat to come. Come on with it.
Please knock out the power too. I can't wait for that power outage, man. Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, that's happening already. A couple of their telescopes went down. That's why I wasn't able to really show y'all anything because the telescopes was bad. I think right now they using some telescopes from another country right now.
This over,
they
y'all.
show something
I
similar
don't care
to
what
this.
they do.
They show something similar to this in a movie called Don't Look Up on Netflix.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they were telling the people, the government, but the government was telling the people like us something totally different. They were lying to the people and tell them to look down, but don't look up. To look down because this was coming.
And the funny thing that you say that in that movie, if you do that math, because it's a true story. The guy the kid who said it, he did the math, and if you do the math, it lands on like August 27th, like everything. So, which kind of aligns right there. That's that 27. That's that 9 right there. Like.
I know they're ready to do some work on the 4th of July. I've been just planning for that. I don't know what.
I have too.
We're talking about CERN on the 5th, which is really the 4th for us. So I'm just getting ready, like, give it y'all best shot. But everything they doing is for us. They don't even realize it. So go right ahead. I'm glad they doing it. I'm glad, y'all. I'm ready for them to go ahead and do it. Do what y'all got to do, man. Because the only people that's getting ready to go about it are the soulless beings. I really don't care. They in the way right now.
See, this is why we got to start living.
Look how fast being in the moment.
It's just like look at the ships that's around it, y'all. Do y'all see all of those little white specks just moving smart? Like, that's not no deflection. Like, that is something that's moving smartly around the sun.
Right.
This is why we got to be in a moment, because the power outage can happen at any given moment. It can happen in the next minute. It can happen, later tonight, tomorrow. So when people are planning out, oh, I'm about to go on vacation next week. If you're actually going to go somewhere, take some of the most important survival stuff, your survival supplies you need.
They don't know how to survive.
Right.
They don't know how to survive.
They don't know how to survive. Period.
Right.
And look, now is not the time. Something in your spirit hopefully done told you now is the time to sit down and not be in no foreign land, on no vacation or nothing like that, because they already showing you they canceling flights left and right and left. All them thousands of flights they done had to cancel and all of this type of stuff. You be up in that air and one of these CMEs hit, yo, and that damn radar can't read, that satellite go out that's controlling that plane, yo, ass is going down, bruh. Period. Right now. Now ain't the time to be doing no whole traveling, yo.
They coming out with a new movie.
That's true because these satellites is the first thing that's basically is going out first, and they really ain't. It's going to be a time right now. They ain't going to really be able to predict when any of these flares coming. So.
And you think about it, if the Earth's magnetism is shifting, y'all, the poles is shifting, then that means all of that cockpit gear is going crazy right now. But they telling people they grounding the planes because of gas. No, you grounding the planes because the planes don't know where to fly because the damn stuff in them that goes off of the old poles is wrong now. If you really think about going through a pole shift and what that's going to do to their flight stuff, all of the stuff that they use to read the earth. Come on,
Here
y'all.
we go.
Like,
Here we go.
oh,
June 26th.
You see it.
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm. What's that? So what is it?
So that right there tells you the KP index.
They got it in red.
Yeah. That's us in green. That's us in green. And then now you see that flare. Look, watch how that flare is going to hit us. That's the flare that the sun just hit out. Bow.
Okay.
Bow, that yellow. Oh.
It's a wrap.
Man, look, you finna see people falling out, skin cancer,
Drop like flies.
People finna start dropping like flies because they is not
Melanoma.
ready for that. Melanoma
And it's all
with
gonna
all
start
kind
from
of colds. You're gonna see them with all kind of lung inflammation and colds. They're not gonna know what's going on with them, but it ain't nothing but their red blood cells inflaming in their lungs, causing infection because they can't take the frequency. It's getting ready to go down, y'all.
Zombie apocalypse. Are y'all ready for the zombie apocalypse?
That's what I was about to talk about. It's a movie coming
Let's talk
out
about it.
July 22nd of 2022. It's called Nope. It's made by the same dude that made Get Out, you know, about the consciousness and stuff like that. And this movie is about like a mysterious force supposed to be affecting the humans on animals. So like I can see something happen like this something similar.
Son, brother.
Soon. Like they saying nope, don't believe it, or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know.
Right.
You know, they keep on talking about this zombie apocalypse. I'm trying to figure out
What's your thoughts on it?
Or is it really real? You understand? Like I'm saying, like I know I'm like these people being controlled by nanotechnology, which runs off satellites and towers. So when the power go in and knock out that Wi-Fi, ain't they gonna not be able to send the signal to the damn nano?
You put it that way with some logic, yeah.
So I'm like, are they just trying to lower our vibration with fear? You understand what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong.
You're right, because it's like, is this flare going to knock out the nano? You're right.
It would knock all of that technology
So
out.
they still gonna drop like flies then, regardless.
They still gonna drop, but it's gonna be dropping from the sun, from the radiation of the sun. You understand where I'm coming from? Now, do I think it might be
in their brain from the nano?
So the zombie apocalypse could happen before our sun brother knocks out the power outage. We could have that moment where they just start going crazy, trying to attack. This is why if you're
before
that's
the
already happening.
Exactly.
Well, I think
it's almost like they're going.
I think it's the people. I think it's the people that had the jab that they're talking about.
Exactly.
Because what I'm seeing now, and let me say this before I say this: be careful around the people that had a jab because they're shedding.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to be very careful around them. I quit my job. Walked out on my job this past Monday. I quit.
Yes.
Because
I'm glad you were out of there.
I couldn't take it no more. And they're giving it to each other. In the hospital I work in, all of jab people that one person gets sick, they give it to another person that got the jab. So they're giving it to each other. They're passing it on and on and on and on to each other. So you got to be very careful around people, and don't feel bad that you got to ask these people if you had the jab. If they had a jab, you get away from them.
Yeah,
because it's dangerous right now.
It is very dangerous. I agree, sister. I think I posted something about it.
And here's the thing. Here's another thing. It doesn't, and it's sad to say that the melanated people are spreading it faster than the Caucasian people.
Really?
For some reason, our bodies are shedding this stuff out fast and fast and fast.
Probably
That's
trying
because
to
our
get
body's
rid of
we're
it.
trying to get rid of it. Yeah, we're trying to get rid of our bodies and
Probably
want to
trying
fight
to
it.
get rid of it, trying to, man, their body trying
You
to
know,
do everything to save itself.
our bodies are so powerful. I was wondering what would it actually do to our original people that are getting it? Like, what is it actually doing to them personally? Because
It's killing
if
their immune
It's killing
system.
them.
it's
Their
killing them,
immune
right?
system and it's
It's
wiping
killing
out.
them. And most of our
It's
people, most
wiping
of our
out your white
melanated people
blood
are dying
cells.
from heart attacks,
Yeah, the heart.
strokes, these blood clots.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
that is what's taking us out.
That's
Okay,
what
I know
my
somebody. Right now.
My stepmother died right after she got the booster from a heart attack. They found her 5 days later in the house on the floor. She
Here's
wasn't
this.
up to 54.
I know somebody personally right now who's about 67 years old. He got all the COVID-19 vaccines and 4 boosters. And he's still riding his bike 20 miles in the heat. Ain't nothing happened to him. What does that mean with him?
It ain't been 2 years yet.
Because I'm like, wow, that's impressive for you to be 67 years old, still riding your bike.
But
in the
I feel
heat.
like at the same time, I was about to say, I feel like at the same time, some people bodies are able to get rid of it. I feel like it depends on like your age and stuff like that too. Like,
Maybe.
I feel like some people, if you enough time, can get rid of it if you're not constantly being the jab. Like, you know, if people didn't go get them boosters and stuff like that, you only got one jab. I honestly feel like your body can fight it off and get rid of it itself without, you know, the need of the
I don't
extra.
think, y'all. I'm just gonna keep it real. If you didn't get one of those doses that was bad, because they had some bad doses, you know, that didn't have, you know, the nano wasn't right in it. It was it. But if you got the real deal, Holyfield, you done changed your mRNA, yo. There's no cure for that. It's just a matter of time, and that's what I'm trying to help people to understand. Some people gonna go out quick. Some people, it could be 13 years. It's just a matter of how much immune cells that you have built up, how much memory cells. So in an older person, wouldn't they have more memory cells built up because they've been exposed to more than a younger person? That might be why you would see an older person be able to live with it longer, because they have their memory T cells, but they can't make new T cells. So when the next new virus comes out for real, that person will be the person that will probably go down because they don't have they can't form new T cells. That's the kicker. The new natural killer cells and stuff. They still got their old arsenal that's helping them, but eventually even that's going to get wiped out because you're not producing anymore. So you just going off of the library that you got, and once that's depleted or once something new come in there, that's it. And I hate to just be the Debbie Downer, but that's how mRNA work. Like, you can't fuck with that type of stuff, yo. Like, that is really your God code. They're calling it mRNA, but that's in your mitochondrial DNA straight from your mother. And
That makes
that's
sense.
in the mess with, yo. And,
Right.
you know, people want detoxes and stuff like that. You can't detox your mRNA because it's in every cell in your body. You can't
something
detox
don't
your
sit right
body.
with me about that vaccine. I never when I first heard about the vaccine, I'm just like, something just don't sit right with it. They pushing too many
It's
people.
not
It's
a
free
vaccine.
now.
God in heaven. Oh, what I was going to say, though, I was getting ready to piggyback off, I think, what River was saying, though, about staying away from them people. So I posted in the group about that board and all of that stuff. So just go look at that. But what I was getting ready to say was I was talking to another nurse who is friends with somebody that's advanced doing some research. And I'm going to get his name and stuff and post it in the group. I'm not going to post it because, you know, but because this is, you know, I recorded this so other people could see it, but I want the group to be able to see it. And anyway, what he's saying is that he thinks that those proteins are going to cause a prion-like infection of these people's brain. Now, prions are infectious proteins that go to the brain, and they do the same thing as like mad cow. You know, mad cow, how that prion get up there in the brain, and then it cause all kind of disruption, and then them people basically lose their mind, and then eventually they die as more of the proteins go in there. So if you think about it, what he's saying basically is this spike protein is like a prion to their brain. Now, if we want to talk about that, then you really got to stay the hell away from these people, because proteins, if it's an infectious protein that's in that spike protein, then that means you could get it through bodily fluids, face to face. Like, for real, if they, you know, hey, stay away. Like, it might be a good thing that you not feeling that we feeling like we want to isolate ourselves. That might be for a higher reason than we even understand. Like, you want to be alone into yourself. That might be for something higher working than what all of us know as to why we going through that. But just look at like prion disease, and that would make sense why there would be zombies too, y'all, because it would be some zombies walking around here if that's a prion. Now, and that ain't got nothing to do with the nano right there. That's just the spike protein they producing.
And I was
so
thinking
believe
that
it,
too.
like,
You also
go ahead, you go ahead.
I just was gonna throw it out there. You know, we also got the, you know, the psychological zombies that's walking around, you know, just, you know, mentally dead because they just out of whack, out of tune. Pretty much always have been. You know, so
Who's to say these people won't hit a switch and they just turn around? They say one word and everybody just turn around and, like, I don't know. Like, I'll be thinking
y'all better
like,
quit y'all dolls or put y'all 2 weeks notice in.
Switch on them, y'all. I think they hit the switch and they just up in the frequency as they go, because these people is acting real crazy and depraved. And if you think about them winter soldiers that they done sent to do all of them psyops and kill up people and stuff, who's to say they not testing it out right now as we sitting here talking? And then you got black people out here that's committing atrocities too. We could talk about that. Like, I was just saw on social media, this man went and gunned his baby mama down at the daycare, y'all. Just walked up in the daycare and gunned her down with the baby in her hand. Like, we losing our mind along with them. Like, it's really, you know, hey, we just got to stay aware and just stay vigilant. But I agree with River, man. Stay away from them people, yo. Listen to me, yo. Proteins, that's easily transferred, yo. That ain't that, hey.
Religious people. Jesus coming back. All this crazy stuff. Jesus coming back, y'all.
The best thing to look at about the vaccine effects is just look at the kids that they done jabbed up. And like my friend, I got a friend who I told plenty of times before she even gave her baby the vaccine. I told her, don't give that baby the vaccine. Why should you give the baby the vaccine? And she gave the shot anyways because she was scared, because the hospital scared her. And like, he is growing at a rapid pace, y'all. When I say it's so scary, I'm sitting thinking in my head, like, I never seen a baby do as much as he has done over the past few months. He was able to hold his head up at 3 months. It was scary. He's bigger, actually bigger than my 1-year-old brother who didn't get the shot. He's almost bigger than him. He can't even walk yet. So
I don't think a couple of I saw a video out of South America of some of them vaccinated babies, and they got black eyes, y'all, and doing all kind of stuff, walking at 5 and stuff. I'm like, that nano done completely took over their body. But you got to think about it. But a baby, why would be able to take over a baby's body is because they don't have an immune system. So they could just write the script in a baby.
Repeat that again.
They don't have an immune library. When you're a baby, you understand what I'm saying? You don't have an immune library. So the right in a baby would take root because you don't have the immune system fighting it. See, the reason why adults and stuff is falling dead is because we've already built up our immune library. So now our body is trying to fight against the protein, and that's causing the inflammation and causing us to die. And that also might be a reason why they abandoned it with the baby. And that also might be the reason why they do that new thing with FEMA, where they can take the babies, you understand, and put them in FEMA camps and take custody of them when the parents die. People ain't paid attention, but they passed that on the 6th of June, basically saying in the event of a pandemic or a natural disaster, the parents die, that they can take custody of your children. And they even have a person that they put over the new department that they done created specifically to be able to tell them how they're going to run the program for the orphan kids. So these people is on some real debauchery.
Yep. Negative energy. Yep. Demonic. All that.
And if you think about the Hopi prophecies, now we could talk about our Hopi people and the Red Star, Blue Star, Kachina prophecy. And in that prophecy, it clearly say that women who have babies will begin to be shunned because their babies will not be human.
Right. The infected are basically bearing children that are already infected.
Yeah,
they're already
prophecies like, and that prophecy is real deep because it's talking about our Red Star, Blue Star, Kachina, and basically it's saying, you know, that women in childbirth are going to begin to be shunned because they're going to be giving birth to babies that are unnatural. That's what the prophecies say, unnatural. Now, what is more anti-natural than a damn baby that's done been took over by nanobots?
That's it right there. And they're patented, so they're owned.
Yes,
automatic.
Patenting them people. They don't even know that they don't even have the rights to their own body anymore. Too real. But this was supposed to happen, y'all. Like, that's why it's in all the great prophecies and stuff. If you really start paying attention to like our original melanated people that were here, the real Indians, and what they were saying was going to happen now, it really is happening. Like, this stuff really is taking place, and you know it's got to be too real if they knew about it thousands and thousands of years ago and wrote about it, and it's literally happening right now. So I wouldn't be shocked, man. Ain't no telling what them babies getting ready to be or do, man. Look.
Right.
Stock up on you guys some guns and bullets. That's all I can tell you.
Heck yeah. Until
ammo is key. Get you like a couple of really good guns and get a bunch of ammo.
Get you some ammunition, and that's a fat jack, boy. I'm
get
trying to tell
you. Machete too.
Yeah,
get you some of that stuff.
Ammo is hard to find now. It depends on what kind of gun you got. It's hard.
It was all planned out. All planned out.
Yep, they doing all of this, but that's okay. Let's let these grids go ahead.
We don't even need it, to be honest, because our DEA is about to activate too.
I was gonna say there's no way we can need it for real because
we don't really.
I have no means to get it, and so that lets me further know there's something else that's gonna be being used to protect
until it activates. But you never know what may happen, and
that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, they finna hit us with everything. They getting ready to try to hit us with everything while they still got these grids and bullshit up. But
we ready.
I want to share something with that.
But at the end of the day, they can't predict when Ra gonna send this splash. So this is what I'm saying. Everybody awaken right now need to be calling on Ra to go ahead and do it. We don't, man, look, and prepare as best that you can. You know, if you can't get you no gun or ammunition, you know, maybe you ain't the one that's gonna need it. Because I do believe that the ancestors gonna give you what you need.
We got a protective shield around us. So as long as we have that high frequency, high vibration, we don't even need a weapon like that. Just in case, you have it right there. If you don't, just maintain a high frequency. You never know what can happen.
You never know. If your work might be done. If your work done, that's the only way something gonna happen to you. And then if it do, you just shedding this light vehicle to go on to something way better because your work is done. Like everybody ain't meant to have to go through all of these tribulations that's getting ready to take place and rebuild. Some of us have been here for primordial for eons and eons, and it's time once this stuff start to reset to go ahead and go back to the cosmos, back to the divine order. So everything is happening the way it's supposed to happen in your life. What you have is what you need. What's happening to you is happening for a divine reason. It's all leading you to what your purpose is. So, you know, do what you are called to do and what you can. And if you can't, like I said, if you can't afford to stock up on all of this stuff and everything, don't worry about it. Obviously, you're not going to need it. You spiritually protected. It'll be provided for you. Because I'm going to try to tell you, when people go to falling out and dying out, they're going to have guns and all kind of shit in their house. You just walk in there and go get you one.
I say.
Just like the movies. Remember all these movies.
Saying them natural disasters and shit hit, these people go to die. You ain't gonna be dead. Go in their house and get the shit.
I had a vision about that.
This how it's finna
go. Yes.
You have to be
resourceful. I actually had I got a list right for the places when everything shut down. These are the first places I'm going to: herbal shops, you know, the places with the stones and the crystals and like I'm going to the spots that's gonna have what I need. Anything with weapons. And it don't even matter what kind of weapons.
And our intuition, our higher self may tell us we're not even going to sacrifice anyone. We're not going to kill them. You see it? Or that may not be your mission. Don't even stress about it.
Right. And I want to share this with y'all.
Don't feel we gonna have to lift a finger except for get out the damn way. Like I know for facts that by the time, well, I won't even say by the time 2030, because that's their time. And I think by the time their 2030 would have arrived, there will be no 2030, because I think this whole Gregorian system is getting ready to go. I know it's getting ready to go down, but let's just use that as a point of reference. In 7 years, these beings will not be here, y'all. Listen. They're not. This is just facts. Like, everything that they doing to kill us is going to kill them quicker. And this is playing out right now.
Why do you think they're pushing metaverse so much? The technology reality. The fact that they're pushing a technology reality, they're not even going to be able to be here because our son brother's going to knock it out anyway.
Them satellites going down. I think Donnell just talked about the satellites going down. Their telescopes going down. All of their technology that they created is going out. And the organic technology that they designed it after is coming online. And ain't nothing they could do about it. I don't give a damn how many little robot dogs they get. I bet you when the sun get 150 degrees, that motherfucker ain't going to be able to do shit.
And here's another thing, y'all. Just because they're building houses, building businesses, you know, hiring at these jobs, it's all a distraction. They have to distract the masses to make it look, oh, the life is still going on. You can still go travel. You can still own a business, own a home. It's all a distraction. Make sure we don't get distracted with that, so we don't get caught off guard.
It ain't to distract them soulless beings. It's to distract the beings with souls so we can't shift the earth into the next dimension. Right. Everything they're doing is to hit us. It's not to hit them. Mm-hmm. saying, because they already got control of those bots. They already members of the
true.
corporation.
That
They
makes
are
sense.
corpse. They coming against us with it because they want us to be distracted, because we the ones right now that's meditating, that's calling on the sun, that's eating right, that's changing our metabolism. Some of us, we ain't eating but once a day, every other day and stuff. That's
Right.
figuring out all kind of, uncovering all kind of truths. We the ones they're afraid of, and they need to be afraid. But we not afraid no more. I feel sorry for them, but it's just over. Like, I'm just like, I just sit here every day, y'all, and I just be like, this shit is so over. Can it just get over? Because I'm just tired. Like,
I'm still patient. I'm still patient.
I ain't
I'm
got
going with
none
the flow.
of
I'm
that.
going with the flow. Mother Gaia and our sun brother.
I'm like, I hope today
I'm
this
ready
powerful. Hope today this wave of water come. Like, I'm just over it. I'm tired of living like this. Like, I'm tired of living under this false construct. Like, because it's so, just every day you get up and it's always some shit. I'm sorry, y'all, but excuse me for saying it.
Hey,
Like,
keep it real, Doc. Keep it real.
you know what I'm saying? Every day it's the spiritual attack. Every day they coming with something new. Every day
Every damn
you
day.
on social media, you see the low vibrational people. You see women out here, our people out here half naked twerking. You see dudes acting a fool.
Right.
It's just getting to the point where I'm like, if y'all not gonna wake up, just get out of here, yo, so we can go ahead and clean this mess up and get back to the cosmos and do what we was doing before we had to calm down.
That's why our sun brother hasn't knocked out the power yet, because he's still trying to give our people a little bit more time to wake up. But hey, at some point, it's over. It's over, y'all.
Man.
I think that, we have done a great job. It really doesn't matter what we've done, because the karmic debt is, being repaid. We're in the process of, we're wiping our debts clean, and I feel like the acceleration of everything is really what's taking us where we need to be. I watched the Harriet movie about Harriet Tubman, and I actually watched the documentary right before it as well. And everything that we're talking about is so connected to like her story, and the way that she had to dig through to get to what she was, determined to, that she knew it was her destiny, to free people. She don't leave nobody behind. And it was like this, part of the moral of it was, nobody really gets left behind. The ones that want to stay, they happy where they at. You know what I mean? Like, leave them, let them go. And she didn't have any preparation for any of this emotionally. All she could do really was prep her mind for when she was ready to run. And
Right.
even when her lover, her man, her husband wouldn't even run with her, she had to run anyway. She still came back for him, and he still didn't go with her the second time. Yep. And she still had to. She said, "I didn't come back for him. It was for them." So it's like you're always whatever you're being led. And she stayed in the moment. She always stayed in. I love that Unique keeps reminding us of that, because that's where we tapped in at. That's when what's really going on is when you're in the now. And it's just like she allowed herself to have faith that she knew what she was supposed to be doing, and she knew that all she had to do was just tap in, and she would tap in, she would get her visions, and she knew what she was supposed to be doing. And that's like that. I feel that about us. It's like we just stay tapped in, stay in the moment, and we got everything we need, and we're not prepared for this, but we are, because we're all we need.
Yes.
I honestly feel it ain't gonna be no preparation for what's to come. Like, you gonna have to really play it by what you see and what you feel.
We gotta adjust accordingly.
Adjust accordingly. And that's, I'm telling you, 360 degrees of knowledge. You can pull on all kind of disciplines to save yourself, or not just to save yourself, but just to know how to move. You understand?
Right.
That will end up saving you in itself. You understand? If you know how to forge, if you know how to camp, if you know how to start a fire, if you know how to purify water, you understand what I'm saying? Then you will know how to survive. You understand? But if you don't, if you out just trying to eat a cow, I'm sorry for you, bro. Ain't no cows finna be here.
Well, I
Right.
just want to put this out here to you guys. If any of you guys are near Alabama, I got 72 acres of land out here in these woods, and you guys are welcome. Pop a tent if you gotta move. This place is open.
Keep that in mind when the power goes
To
out.
have a
So
place to
enough.
stay, because
Put
you
the
never know
drop a
when
pin or
women
something
have to
in
pick up
the
and go.
group chat.
Likewise.
Say that again.
Please drop a pin. Because, hey,
Drop it
we
in the
got
chat.
might have to come that way.
I
Yeah,
didn't hear what
we
you
might
said,
just.
Doctor. What did you say?
Yeah. She
I
said, "Can you
didn't hear
drop
what
a
you said,
pin on
Doctor.
in the chat?" She said, "Can you drop a pin in the chat so we can, you know, we can all have that info because we might
So
just
we
need to
can
come that
have
way."
that information.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to show me how to do that, because I don't know how to drop a pin. I don't know how to do that.
We got you. We got you.
We got you.
We appreciate that. Much love.
Yes.
That's a big deal, huge deal.
Yeah, that's a huge deal.
Would you
Thank
allow
And
container housing on your property?
and the property has and my property has a well on it as well.
Oh, okay.
Wow. That's very important.
Can I add to that too?
Yes, please.
So this is like the first live I've been on.
Okay.
But to piggyback on that, I live in Kingstown, North Carolina. If you look on the map, you will not see it, but we're in like a rural part of North Carolina, close to the mountains. But we have over 100 acres. And it's just my family. We do farming. We have our own farmers markets on Saturdays. So y'all are welcome here too. It's the country.
Oh, value and appreciation.
Value and appreciation.
Seriously.
You
Yeah,
see how
Wow.
we're
we're
here.
right here? Something that moved y'all to say that, because some people
Right.
probably have to come that way.
And
Man,
it might
drop
be
a
me.
pin, please.
You're
Yes,
not
please.
far from me, so
Yeah, I think we're like the second or third incorporated black town, all black town in North Carolina. So yeah, we're welcoming folks. I mean, you come, we've got it all. I mean, we're just a community that welcomes. In these days and times, I mean, things are changing. We see it in the sky, and a lot of the people here are older. They are our elders, so they know what to look for. We look at the animals, we watch the ants, the birds, the sky. Like it's obvious
I
that
love it.
things are changing. Like the farmers know. So I didn't know why I was called back home to come here and be with my family, but it's clear now. So y'all
Right.
just look it up. It's Kingstown, North Carolina. And
Put in the
we're
chat
here.
for us.
I'll do it.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that. You know, I got a lot of. Well, I grew up in North Carolina in Winston-Salem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're a good 3.5 hours from there. And we actually partner with farmers from the Durham area. So we're all about just the connections. Like the connections we've built over the past 2.5 years have been unreal. So we've got resources, sources, everything. It's just a whole network of us in this area.
I have a
So,
question.
yeah.
Are you on the Intentional Communities website?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No,
Okay. Wow.
I may need to be though, because I have a small, well, I don't want to say a small business, but I have a candle company that I'm running, and that's my baby. So that's my time, but I do need to get familiar with the social media side of everything. So yeah.
We can tap in on that. We can
Okay.
tap in. That's my profession, actually.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely. We gotta build up as much energy and raise as much energy as we can right now. I'm just trying to I'm just in the mix. I'm in there going with the flow. I really mean that.
I have a question I want to ask about Kingstown, North Carolina. Now,
Mm-hmm.
is there any available real estate there for purchase? You said it's a network of indigenous community, which sounds like what my heart is searching for. Real estate. Is it any available? Because, I live in the Atlanta area. And, we now know what the market, I know you do, Empress, that what the market has done. And you're like, do you sell your property? Because if you do, where are you going? Because everything is just so flipped now. Everything is so high. You can't afford to rent. You can't afford to buy another property. If you have any, if you get any money out of selling a property, you can't even afford to buy another one. So this community in North Carolina, is there any real estate available there?
There is real estate everywhere. I am in banking. So we have in my area, yes, because to be honest, a lot of the younger people do not want to come back to this area. They go to the city and they don't want to come back to the country. So they're selling off their parents' land. And a lot of them, instead of going through the banks, they are selling privately. So everywhere in this area, there's land for sale, like signs everywhere. So yes.
Sounds wonderful.
That's into something.
That
Real
sounds like
talk.
I need to make a trip.
I always said the earth ain't populated. It's densely populated and it's land everywhere.
Right.
I see.
You could probably get a good price out there too, because it's farm
Oh
country.
yes. I will say, just to give you like an idea of pricing, my aunt just sold 2 acres. She sold it for 12,000, but she has access to like a main road, like the lady that's going to buy it. So she's thinking of putting a business on the land. We've got access to well water, septic. There's even like a small creek behind our property too. So the price is good if you can get in with like a personal buyer. Oh, I'm sorry, personal seller. That's where you want to buy from. But yeah, just send me a message. Yeah.
Is it Levon?
Lavon, yeah.
Levon. Question.
Yes.
Are y'all preparing for this worldwide power outage?
Well, see, so the thing is, we have an Amish community that's 5 minutes from where we live.
Okay.
We do a lot with them, and just growing up, we saw how they use basically no power. So yeah, if it comes down to it, honestly, we're not all of us will be prepared, to be real. But my sect of family, we got it. We've got shade trees, we've got land where it can be 1,000 degrees in one part, but it'll be like 50 degrees underneath
the tree.
A shaded area that's
nice,
deep in the woods. So we've got it. We've got it.
Good.
That's amazing. Looks like it's about 5 hours from me, so I'm gonna look at what it would take to make my way out there, or
there
start
you
asking
go.
if I'm guided that way.
That's right. Yeah, come this way. I just feel blessed in this area because an hour away we have Asheville. So we've got the mountains. The freshest water you can ever drink is within that mountain.
That's a fact. In the Appalachians, that's a fact.
Yes, it is. I think it's a whole different world in that area, the Appalachians.
It's beautiful.
But y'all are welcome.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we value and appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes. That's a good question too. That's not right up on the coast. So you ain't got to worry about that stuff maybe hitting. Like, that's not a bad location right there by mountains. So you got elevation in case you have to go high. Then you that's not a bad deal right there.
Yeah, she's further inland than me.
Thank both of you goddesses for offering that. Like, I know everybody appreciates that for real.
And Nefertiti, thank you for setting this chat up. Because that's why we're all able to share our, our.
I say.
Yes.
Yes. I really appreciate
I set it up for all of us. I knew we would need it, man.
Right.
This is like life. I feel like, I'm about as prepared as I'm gonna be, really.
There you go.
So and this chat has a whole lot to do with that. A whole lot.
We're just confirmations.
That's
what I say.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody else have something they want to bring to the floor, because we're nearing the 3 o'clock. At about 3, I'm gonna jump off, but you all could still.
Are you gonna save this now?
Yeah, I'm recording it now, and when I jump off, I'm gonna just have to hit the stop record, because the last time I tried to jump off, it just deleted the whole video.
We had a podcast going. That's what it turned into, a podcast.
A what?
Remember, it turned into a podcast. Remember when you put it in the chat last Sunday?
Yeah.
It turned into a podcast.
Yeah, so you couldn't see none of the videos. So, so when I leave, I'm gonna just I'm gonna stop the video so it'll, because I guess it can't record after I leave. And if anybody's interested, and also, like, I think we have admins now, so you all can set up this group call too if you're gonna be on longer than me. That way,
speak on that. Remember, you were saying, like, if you want to add into that, speak on that real quick.
The reason why I added the admins is because our group is growing, but at the same time, we're sharing heavy information. Some of us are sharing information that could probably get us in trouble with our jobs, different things like that. But we're trying to awaken people, and I think that we have a good thing going as far as everybody here for the right purposes. You understand? But the last couple of days, I guess as the group growing and my page growing, I've been getting approached by people who I know for a fact, like, are either agents or somebody trying to infiltrate our group to see what we're saying. You understand?
Okay.
By one being, and I knew that she wasn't melanated. She just trying to be nosy. She didn't have a profile, but I could just tell. And then I got approached by another being with, like, just a shadow page or whatever. So I was like, all right, this didn't happen like in the span of the same day. And I had never been approached by nobody, that have fake page, nothing like that. So I was like, okay, I need to some admin. So the invite list now, you have to go through an admin for the invite. But also, so we can screen who we're letting in this group. But we don't just want to let anybody in this group because, number one, people trying to be nosy, people trying to speak. But number two, we want to make sure that we reaching the right people. You understand what I'm saying? And the second reason why I did it is because different people want to do different things, like do group meditation, different things like that, maybe other discussions on different topics people are led to teach. So those activities can structure meetings, structure group calls, do all of that type of stuff, so that, in case I'm busy, I'm doing something else, which, and we're all instructed to lead. You can start doing that as well in a group, because I think that's important too for all of us to take our own individual lights and do whatever we're, designed to do. That was kind of it. And I guess I was I don't want to do anything like no group rules or nothing like that, because we're not supposed to be ruled by nobody but and govern ourselves. So if we're all self-governed, we know how to act amongst each other if you truly
Right.
awake. You understand?
Finally,
So
a group of people that can say that in confidence and
self-governed, our self-law and master. Like, we're not
I agree.
doing
We do need to be mindful of who we let inside the group and stuff like that, because
I,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
one thing I do appreciate about this group is that we always have something to provide and come to the table with. We don't never dispute each other's ideas or anything like that. And I respect that so much, you know, like, especially because we allow each other to be heard. And I like that.
yeah, me too.
I mean, too. I was
We
thinking
got
that
you,
the same
Nefertiti.
thing.
Just keep us posted in the admin chat.
Definitely. So you all, like I said, if you want to do other discussions other than just this weekly video, if you move to go live and talk to the group or something, you all have that ability now, and
Okay.
you all have there's a special invite link. There's new member invite link that I created for the admins, so you all can give people an invite link, and they have to go through an admin before they join, and that's how I want to do it, you know, so that people can't just join anymore without having to go through an admin, so we could just screen who coming into our group.
Okay. Hey, that
That's
works.
it. Yeah, buddy. So I wonder if somebody it would seem like Greg was kind of getting into it with, but I didn't see the messages.
Yeah, I kind of saw that. I looked at it, but I just, you know, sometimes, you know, you just have to look at something and you look at it and you don't feed it energy. So
Exactly.
I was looking at that. It didn't get out of hand, you understand? And I didn't feed it energy. But I will say this. I have had in this group before you all joined a member that was like that. And I had to put, you know, I just went on ahead and exit them out of the group. Because at the end of the day, we're not here to attack each other. If you attacking your own reflection, then that's a fault within you, and you don't need to be in this environment anyway. So that's
Right.
also why I got the admins too for moderation, and but we all should be able to moderate ourselves honestly. Like, we're not children. We know how to be respectful of each other and their ideas, and as long as it don't get out of hand, I usually don't interject. But, you know, if it gets out of hand, I will inbox people like, yo, you need to chill, you know, or are you vibrating, you know, what's really going on? Because I always feel when you show anger at a reflection, it's the anger that's within yourself for some
Yeah.
reason. You reflecting what's going on with you. So I try to talk to people to see what's going on with them, because maybe you just taking your frustrations of what's going on with you out on somebody else. So I try to read the people, but hopefully, you know, so far I haven't seen anything too out of that's the only thing I had seen in like months or whatever.
Okay.
And I don't think it was a big thing. I just think they went a little back and forth. I can't remember who Greg was going back and forth with or even what started it, to tell y'all the truth, but I didn't see anybody called out of their name. I didn't see anything crazy that would make me be like, okay, look, you know.
Right. And I was wondering, because like I said, I didn't even see the other messages, so I was wondering if that had gotten moderated or what. I didn't know what to do with it. Maybe that was maybe that was something more spiritual than we even realized at this point.
I didn't moderate it. I did remove like 22 inactive members from the group, but they had been inactive for a while. They hadn't looked in like months, like about 3 months. So I do that, but I didn't remove the chat. But shoot, the spirit might have removed it, because I ain't know who he was even talking to, because I was looking. I can't see the original message, so I didn't know what it can. You understand? So I was just like, hey.
I said, okay, let's keep it. I had to say to us all mentally, you know, telepathically, like, let's keep it, you know, how with the vibes we've been on has been fantastic. I mean, incredible. Let's you know, keep that raising up, you know, because
I want to
this is
say
a really
something
good place to
because
be.
Go ahead.
you know, like when I be laying down in the bed, my whole body start vibrating. It's the weirdest feeling in the world to me. I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Oh, you've been feeling like your body been vibrating lately? Like
Yes.
how when did you first realize this?
Well, I was just I guess about a couple of weeks ago. I was just laying in the bed
Okay.
and trying to go to sleep because I work at that time. I worked at night, and just in the morning time, laying in the bed trying to go to sleep, and my body just goes vibrating.
Hmm.
You know, I
Hey.
experienced that as well.
Oh yeah.
Like if I'm especially having a high vibration conversation the night before, or I wake up from just a very powerful trip, like my whole body, it feels like like electricity is just running through it, and it's indescribable. I be feeling like whoa.
Yeah, and I'm actually learning about magic right now, and you know that's actually like that's your energy, like that you can use that, like that once you actually recognize it and start to harness it, like boy, I can hear, I know what y'all talking about. That is magic, that is energy.
The real magic.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing,
For that vibration, get you a couple of plants, start channeling.
Right.
oh, I said another thing that I just wanted to share. Yo, my plant be talking to me. It actually moved.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only one, like my plants be talking to me. I be communicating with my plants, but that's like normal because plants can communicate. We just wasn't on the frequency high enough to be able to communicate with them. But now we start to go back to that because the plants used to sing and everything.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff that they show you
I'm convinced now.
is for real. Like that used to be the frequency of the herb. So we shifting, starting to talk to the plants. We starting to hear them. Starting to see all kind of little metaphysical stuff going on out in nature. Starting to see animals attack certain beings and come up on certain beings like in a way, you know, and not try to hurt them. You understand? So it's just all going back to its original form. So
yes,
because I talk to my plants and my plants be communicate too.
Man, I had my friend had some marijuana plants, and I mean we sat on the porch. Now we did smoke, but we sat on that porch and like I didn't even know how to describe it. I didn't even know how to I just wanted to know if she was getting the same kind of experience I was, because it was like they were their own character, their own creature, and they just had their own movement. It wasn't nothing normal that, you know, you look at a plant and it just had its own just aura about it. It was so trippy. I was so trippy. Like I was so tripped out. It was crazy because it was like I could feel the life and there was no denying it. Like there's a part of me that like if it's something that seems kind of unbelievable, it'll start denying it. That was one of those things where it was like there's no denying this one. Like there's something to this very deeply.
Just talking to my cucumber plants because my cucumber plants are hard-headed, and so I went to bed. They are because I'm trying to get them to grow up, like up my little stuff. And my cucumber plant, she's like out of control, and so I swear the day before, I watered her or whatever, and the vine wasn't that long, y'all. And so I didn't like tie it up or anything like that. I'm like, it ain't time to tie it up on the little trellis. I went to bed. I came back out the next day. That vine and grew like 3 feet all the way over to the other trellis or whatever. And so I hollered at her and I'm like, what are you doing? And you know, she vibrated back.
I bet she did.
That sound about right.
Oh man.
That sound about right.
Now, you know, I'm just talking to him like, and that look that she did like that. I was like, oh, she's so
Man,
you
them trees, these plants are sentient. They are straight sentient.
know?
That's another thing that makes me want to go breatharian or however you say it, breatharian. It's like they are sentient just like the animals, just like we are. They can feel, they can sense. Like the experiments that have been done where one plant is about to get smashed and there's another plant and they have, sensors connected to it, and they have a spike. They have an energy spike. Like, whoa, that's my, you know what I mean? Like, I see what you're doing. I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
They were just talking. They just posted an article in the New York Post talking about the mushrooms and stuff. The mycelium actually communicate and form filaments, and they actually are smart and be communicating with each other and everything. And I was just like, that's very interesting now that they want to try to go ahead and tell us that the plants and stuff is alive now that we got trees walking and all kind of shit.
Right.
You know, trees getting up
Right,
and move. I'm like, if a tree get up and move where that tree going, bro? Because it's
okay, I'm going with the tree, bro.
Exactly.
Where it's going, trust me, it got more of a connection to Mother Gaia than you do. It's time to go where it go.
Right, I say
those shrooms. Oh man, they have you going galactic.
Man. And it's starting to move in on me too. I got people around here that's just popping up like, oh yeah, I'm doing shroom now. Like, oh, my homeboy got some shrooms now. Like, what do we do? Like, oh yeah, okay, all right. I see how it's very powerful. Like, but I say like if you do take it, you should ask yourself, what you want to get out of it, because it'll take you right to that. Gratitude for that. Gratitude.
Well, they said, I think somebody told me like they had like 150 different drugs in Kemet. Because if you think about it, all drugs, where would it take you to a metaphysical place before they chemically engineer them? You understand, to harm you, but not the stuff of nature that's really there. It won't harm you as long as you don't abuse it. But
right.
Look at Black Panther. Remember when she crushed up the herb and gave it to him? And
it's a real herb over there in Biafra land, y'all, that really does do that. That makes you immune to bullets.
I can believe it.
Ooh-wee.
I'm serious. I talked to a couple different people over there in Biafra land, and they can't find it with a satellite. Like, they can't attack it from the air because the area jams their GPS. And if you look at the water and everything over there, I think it's called the Straits of Biafra land or whatever. That's where the whole EMP pulse from the earth come from. So they can't explain it. They can't say what it is. I'm like, that's the heartbeat of the earth right there. And they got all of this type of metaphysical water and stuff over there and stuff. No joke.
Where'd you say it was at again? Nefertiti?
Biafra land over in Nigeria. Biafra.
Oh, that makes sense, because I've been seeing videos of the soldiers in Nigeria shooting themselves, and it's not harmful.
It's an herb. It's a herb, because I was talking to a guy. That was when I was getting ready to go over to Africa for a little while, and he was trying to tell me about the herb or whatever. And at first, I didn't believe him. And he started sending me videos, and then he sent me a video of him shooting himself. And so I got very interested in it, because he was like, if you all had this over in America, you wouldn't be getting killed by the police. That was at the time that they was doing all of them, like, psyops with the police and stuff. And so I got interested in it. And lo and behold, a lot of their soldiers over there, you can't kill them with gunfire. They usually have to inject them with something. Like they're stuff like that, they actually have to inject them to kill them, because a bullet won't penetrate their skin.
That's deep.
That is the.
So it's all kind of herbs out here, y'all. I'm just saying, like, it's all kind of metaphysical stuff that they don't want you to know about, but that is out here. So if they got a herb like that in Nigeria, 9 times out of 10 it's something like that over here too. We just got to figure it out again.
Right.
What was the name of the herb?
The what?
What was the name of the herb?
It's not in the herbal medicine books or nothing like that. Like, they're real protective over it. You're not gonna find it. Like, you would really have to know somebody like, and that know somebody for them to even talk to you about it or tell you. That's how hidden it is. So I'm sharing some hidden knowledge right now. Very hidden.
See what we gotta protect.
You gotta protect something like that though, like everybody, every American definitely, but every African don't even know about that or know what's over there in Biafra land. And I'm just sharing like a small glimpse of what's over there, but it's some stuff that I done seen like on live video and stuff that they be doing over there, yo. What? That's all I got to say. Like, them people can walk underwater. They can stay underwater for hours and hours, come up out the lake. Like, they got all kind of herbs over there, y'all.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
Right.
Because I'm tired of being sick and feeling weak and having.
You feel sick and weak? You feel sick and weak?
Yes, actually. I didn't think you would pick up on that like that, honestly.
Didn't you? Bless you.
Yes, I did. Against it felt like my best judgment at first, but I was like, okay, it's something to this. I'm just gonna, because I had somebody like insisting and that was willing to take me, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna. It must be for me to get away from where I was at, and it was, it's a purpose for it, but. Yeah, and it's something I've been battling with my whole life for real. So it just takes me down, just takes me over, and I had to pretty much recover. This one was different, but it could have just been because I had somebody here that showed me that everything's good. Like it felt like this one was it. Like this was it. Like, this was the last purge, because that's what basically happens. I purge. Like, I physically purge. I, like, emotionally purge. Like, I get emotional. I just let it all out. I mentally purge. I just get on, like, whatever. Like, whatever. Because I have to begin, like, you know what? I'm just taking it for what it is, because what other choice do I have? Like, I'm in misery. I'm in agony. So, let me just... it just causes me to just flat out cleanse myself. So, and with I've been still consuming, mortified fake foods and things, and so I felt like that was like a good reset for me in this time that I really needed.
Because your body.
Now here's the thing, right? Okay, and this could be just that I might just need y'all's confirmation because I feel like I know, but I hear more of the opposite because, of course, we think differently, and so it's like what I'm when I go to eat properly, how I know that we should be, if anything, if we're gonna consume something, and that's when that's when I get sick though. It's
okay. That's because your body is not used to it. Your body is trying to readjust. So what you got to start doing is try to fast, and go out under our sun, brother. He's going to feed you, and he's going to re-heal you, because your red blood cells, they're regenerating itself. So we're going to all go through these things. We're all feeling it in different kind of ways, but our cells are regenerating itself. So just go under our sun, brother. He got you. I promise you, he got you.
Go out there. You're right. And you need to fast and remove the toxins. And retrain your body how to eat organically, because right now your metabolism is running off of synthetic food. So when you eat real food, your body's rejecting it. The metabolism is running off of something else. So fasting to help you a lot, like clearing those toxins from all of those processed foods out of your body, because they live in your fat. Understand that. So it takes a while, but the more you detox, the more you go out in the sun, because I know you go out in the sun a lot, but you got to do it multi-pronged. You got to go out in the sun, and you got to be detoxing your body to be fasting. So when you sweat, letting out all of those toxins and stuff, understand? And then gradually start to incorporate foods that you crave, though, that are organic. See, everything is not for everybody, and you might not do everything everybody else, but what organic do you like to eat? That's what you should be eating. You had some of us talk about we was just eating pistachios, and that's just because it got magnesium in it, and that's all your body needed. Your body's going to know what you need. Have to train ourselves to not eat because it's a time of day or we feel like we should eat, and actually learn how to read our body and what is our body telling us that we need.
Right.
Food make you crave because it's brain function that's attached to your brain and your body. It's an addiction. You understand? That's the way they formulated it. So you craving right now the sugar, the processed foods, the salts. But honestly, that's dehydrating your body and making your melanin not work for you. So when you eat the organic food, then it's causing you to be sick because your metabolism isn't used to eating the real food. That's basically what's happening. So now you got to retrain yourself and reprogram yourself to be able to eat organically.
Man, this is quite the
you got this, Zeke.
The battle. Yeah, because I what you just described, I've been through that process over and over and over and over. And I mean, time and time for years, I've been going through this, like just trying to get on that track.
Listen, that's going to send your body into shock. That's another thing that people be telling people, oh, give it up. Right. Don't give it all up at once, because that's going to be too much of a shift for your body. Right. Just start incorporating fasting and start giving away some of the stuff. You understand? You got to work. You got to crawl before you walk. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, take baby steps with it, but start cutting off some stuff, especially stuff with animal fats. I would tell anybody right now, just because of the energy from the sun that's coming, any type of animal fats, you really need to be limiting right now, because those are coating your red blood cells, and that's going to be a bad thing. If it burn up a GMO animal, it's going to burn up your red blood cell, period. So that type of stuff, I would say that would be the first stuff that I would start working on. And then go to the sugars and all of that type of stuff. And eventually you'll get to a point where you'll be eating more foods that are organic that you like, but you got to find what you like too. Understand that, understand, and that's not easy. Like, it's not easy changing your diet to organic when you've been programmed to eat inorganically. You understand what I'm saying? So it's really a mind thing and a body thing. It's both, because your mind fighting against you because you're craving sugar and salts and stuff like that, and then your body fighting against you, because your metabolism don't know how to work and break down organic foods, and because it's trying to clear toxins.
And don't fight it. Like Nefertiti said, read your body, read your anatomy. If your body doesn't want it, don't eat it.
Don't eat it. And definitely fasting is key because fasting resets the metabolism. Like, the quickest way to do it, honestly, but a lot of people ain't got that willpower, but 72 hours, 48 to 72 hours without food will reset your whole metabolism. People don't
See,
understand.
and
But
I actually automatically be
you're
fasting.
mentally used to
Okay.
eating food as an energy source. So that's not for everybody. You understand? But hey, that's the quickest way. But just intermittent fasting to do it too, just over time.
Remember, keep it in front of your brain because the power can go out tomorrow, next week. So once the power goes out, then what you gonna eat? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You
And I do keep that
In that situation, that's what should be apparent in your mind. You do not want to be addicted to processed food when all of this shit go down. Because how
exactly.
get to it? You understand what I'm saying? The only available resources then is going to be what you can find organically, what you can forage, what you can grow. You see, this is where we're going. So you don't want to be fighting your body then because you're going to be already fighting shit, everything else, which is probably people and all kind of stuff.
Right.
You don't want to be going through energy withdrawal at that state. You need your full set of power. You know what I'm saying?
Right. She's speaking facts.
So, yeah, straight. I can feel that. I can feel that. Okay. I can do that.
I'm gonna send you some tips that really helped me when it came to like organizing and grocery shopping, cause the transition it was kind of on and off, but it really came down to me feeling like I have options. Like I like feeling like I have options. I love eating, I love cooking, all of that. So that's when like your creativity as an alchemist really comes into play. Because when you're in the kitchen, that's where you're healing. When you're in the kitchen, that's where you're coming up with all types of ideas to really meet your needs. So, I'm gonna send you some information on that for real.
Gratitude, yes indeed. Come with that.
Yep.
Well, I have to get ready to drop off, family. Do anybody have any more questions for me or anything for our drop off?
Remember, we always think of questions after she leaves, y'all.
Right. I guess my main thing, since we have some folks on here, I just wanted to kind of get a little bit more confirmation on the time for the meditation. It's okay if nobody wants to speak up on it because I already have a time set, but I wanted to, it's flexible and open, for if it's inconvenient for most people or something. So.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Of the week?
It's like sunrise, but hey, it's whatever y'all choose.
Sunrise.
Yep. Sounds great. Sounds all right. Sunrise it is.
It's July 4th.
July 4th is sunrise.
Okay.
I mean, whatever works for y'all. That was just my vote was for sunrise.
Yeah. Sunrise,
but it's up to everybody. That was just my vote. Just one vote. I'm not everybody's people,
hey,
okay?
My vote is in there. I'm in there with that vote.
I'm cool with sunrise.
Okay. I'll see if I can do like a GST time. Isn't that right? That's the like universal. No, it's UST, universal time.
Mm-hmm.
And then that way, everybody will know what time that'll be, so we'll still be on the same frequency.
Right.
And so, what's that going to be like? A video call, a group video meditation, or is that just okay?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Outside, grounded, under brother sun, and anybody got crystals, you got sage, bring your bowls, singing bowls, whatever it is that will help you turn up your frequency.
Boy, they ain't ready, boy. They already be looking at me when I be out there burning sage with my plants. But guess what? On my plants, the only plants on this street growing.
I do want to say, Nefertiti, did you say something about people breathing underwater?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm gonna share this with you. So when I was either 7 or 8, um, I drowned. I want to say I drowned in the pool, but I didn't. So like at at that moment I was like, it was funny because my cousin, he was watching me, and I know he was watching me, but then all of a sudden I was like, I was drowning, but that was like maybe like for like 10 minutes, and I was down there, and it was like I was trying to reach people's leg because it was a pool where everybody could get in the neighborhood, and I was trying to reach people's leg but couldn't, and the next thing you know, it was like a shock had hit me, and then I was breathing under the water. I never took. I was breathing, and then I walked myself up because um I realized at that moment, like it's like a ramp, So I was on the deeper side, but I started to walk myself up the ramp. But I never told nobody that for a while. Like,
Wow.
I didn't even tell my cousin at the time. Like when he found me, he was like, "Where you at?" I forgot what I told him, but I never even told him.
Well, it is possible, brother, and a story that they always talk about that, but the whole story never gets told, is the Igbo of Georgia, when they said that they had got captured, if you remember, and they were like that they walked into the water and drowned themselves. That story. But a lot of us got Igbo ancestors that was there. They actually walked into the water and stayed under there and then went to the other side. And our Aboriginal ancestors and that's how a whole tribe of people got started. So it is possible to breathe underwater. And we even got particular
My
organs.
family is from Georgia.
See, you might be part of that lost tribe. Then I'm trying to tell you, they tell you part of the story to make you feel like them people sacrificed themselves and they drowned in the water. No, they didn't. They just stayed under there, and then once everything was clear, they walked to the other side. And that's a story that I got from my grandma, who was Cherokee, who was trying to tell us about our history. So this is what I'm saying, like, it's possible. And you got people over in Africa right now, shaman and stuff, that go in the Oshun River and stuff like that when she called them, you understand? And they be up under there for days, y'all. Days, okay? And then they come back out. So it's possible. And our vestigial organs, which is our tonsils, are really gills if you look at them. So... Hey.
Yeah, because I started to breathe. I remember like my mouth being flooded, and the next thing you know, like I was in a shock, and it was like my whole body started like I started to breathe like another way.
That's amazing. I believe you. Like,
yeah, I definitely do. I have dreams.
I started to look up people like that, but the only place I got was DR. People in DR, they called him the Fishman.
Yeah, well, they got him in Africa too, and we had them here. Like I said, the Igbo, who they tell the story all the time about the Igbo of the steel plantation, and they went into the lake. They all marched into the lake. That's the only part of the story that they tell you. But the real other half is that they marched back out of it on the other side, and they made up with our original, our Aboriginal ancestors over here. And that's how a lot of us is here right now.
My grandmama told me the same story. They're from Biloxi, the Cherokees, and they went into they called it Singing River. And they said at nighttime you can hear the people singing.
See? We can do some miraculous stuff. They done just hit it pretty much.
Right.
Peace, peace,
That's
peace,
awesome.
peace, family. Peace.
Peace and appreciation. Yep.
Peace. I'd like to come in and share a little experience I had here on this side with the goddess here, with the missus. So we're young in this lifetime. We're 2021, and we're students here in the Netherlands, infiltrated in the educational system, trying to get some wisdom here. And so we took some shrooms recently, right? We took some shrooms, and I had taken shrooms before, probably like 6-7 times, and I never really had any sort of vision, anything visual. You know, I'm a Gemini, and you know how some of us work from the physical to the astros, and some of us work from the spiritual to the physical, you know. And the missus is the opposite. She's a Pisces, intuition on point, pineal gland almost decalcified. She can see things already and have these experiences. So we took the shrooms, right? And it kicked for her straight away, probably like 10 minutes or so. And she was feeling dizzy already, even wanted to eat. I was like, no, just breathe through it. And for me, it took a little bit longer. We're chilling here on the carpet, and she'd start to see some lines on my skin, like tattoos, but animated, like kind of like Maui from Moana, you know, like warrior, like she could see that all over my body. And I was like, damn, I was trying to obviously rationalize. I couldn't see, but I was like, yo, that's crazy, you know? And it took me around 30 minutes or so, and I went into a trance. I kind of like looked at my hand, and I wasn't blinking. I stared. And as I stared, my hand started turning ice white all over it. And I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? And as I look closer, the whole skin is animated. There's like perfect geometry. When I tell you that our skin is alive, everything, family. Like, as I go to my right hand, I start seeing images, like the most random shit, funny shit, faces, entities, like random stuff. And as I go to my foot, a whole different world. So like, when they tell you look inside, it's literal. Like, obviously the shrooms just elevated our vibration and allowed us to see with our pineal, you know? And
there you go.
As soon as we tap into that, everything is alive. The missus was out here talking to the toilet. She was like, I have to ask it to sit down and stuff, because everything was literally alive. And she was interacting. I had a snippet of it. Wow. I could see a little bit, and I could tell you my eyes were watery for hours. It was crazy. It was really crazy. And it's animated when they say, like, your skin is alive. I could see entities, beings, geometry, everything. Like, I can only imagine how much more information we hold on the skin alone, you know? So,
just to know what the organs is, right?
Yeah. It was kind of crazy. So I appreciate
y'all for sharing y'all stories. Thank you.
Thank you. That's one right there. Ashe. You know, that story rings home with the fact that a lot of our ancestors believed that everything was a living being. That goes back to that. If you really think about it, you know, they had higher pineal function, so they could see more than we can right now as we starting to get ours back. So that's a beautiful story, actually.
All right.
And a confirmation.
100%.
And breathing in water. Thank you.
That's another confirmation too.
We literally spent, obviously when you're on shrooms, you kind of lose sense of time, right? It's not even real. You just keep going on trips. And the missus had even way more trips than I did, because she was literally talking to my higher aspects. So she was meeting me for the first time, right? Not me here, but my higher aspects, my higher self. And she was, when I was talking to her, she was even like, you can touch me. And so I was like, it's kind of weird. What do you mean? It's like, I'm not seeing just you. I'm seeing like all of you. And she saw like the warrior me. She saw the wizard me. And at a point I could see like my fingers were turning orange, all of them. And I could feel because I can feel it, especially when I'm high on the weed. I just vibrate. I go Metatron mode. I just vibrate. Meditations, I'm vibrating, but I can't really see anything. I feel it in the physical, but I can't see. you know, and this was the first time I could get a grasp of vision and beautiful family. And, you know, one of the little things just to add that has been on my mind, it's like, why wouldn't we do this? You know, why wouldn't we sign up for this journey? Imagine being a powerful, high-dimensional being with everything. You've experienced so much, you have so much power, and now you're given the opportunity to kind of come in with no memory, stripped away of all your powers, go through this challenge, and the reward will feel, I can only imagine, man. When you start rediscovering who you are and relearning the truth of you, it's going to be, it's been fantastic, you know. It's only the beginning. So heads up to everybody. Don't focus on the negativity. Their world is collapsing. We already know that. We tap inside and we go. Just close your eyes and go.
Here you go.
Just go.
That's a powerful word right there. You just gave the group. That is real.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Peace, 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 peace.
Peace, peace.
Listen up. Wow.
Oh, well, that was powerful. Anything else before I head on out, y'all? You guys.
Close your 2 physical eyes and open up your pineal gland.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, I'll say one last thing. I guess I'll be heading up to the courthouse for this eviction tomorrow. So we shall see how it plays all out. I'm still deciding if, or not deciding. I'm still, checking to make sure this is what I'm supposed to be, if I'm even supposed to go up there, like what my exact steps are. So just staying in tune, staying aware, and floating with y'all's great energies.
Handle it.
Handle it. It's gonna be okay. Trust me, it will be fine. Everything has a divine purpose and order. Just understand this.
I'll keep y'all up to date too, because I know it's gonna be like the outcome is gonna be great. Like I'm gonna be in what's it called, Kingstown, and talk about, hey y'all.
We'll be here.
Right. Get it right. You just got 2 different locations, so there you go. Shoot, I know that's right. Everything might be meant for you to pick up and go there. You understand? It wasn't for no reason that both of the goddesses gave us that information. Like that was valuable information, and I'm definitely, hopefully, we could get that all to the group in the group chat there.
I'll work on that.
Yeah, because that's valuable information for everybody.
No, definitely.
Family, can I share one last thing before we go, just so I can take the opportunity? So one of the things that I've been learning on this journey since my awakening is to give value to the lifetime right now, to the incarnation, because this is an opportunity that we're not aware of how rare it is for you to actually incarnate and come into the physical. And some of us are probably the only ones incarnating for our lineage right now. And we have a lot of baggage. We find ourselves in tough trips, and we see a lot of karma coming up that we don't even understand where it comes from. It's because it might not even be specifically yours, So take this opportunity to clear up that karma and do the work. The same way you have higher aspects where you listen to your higher self and they can come in and drop knowledge, you are also a higher aspect to other parts of you. And I noticed that because I'm a Gemini, this is what I do. I research and I chop. I research and I chop, especially to the people around here and the family. And the more I started having these conversations, because when I'm talking to other people, I'm talking to other parts of myself. So when I'm in a conversation, the conversation is forcing me to structure the information in my mind in a specific way that allows me to understand it in a better way as well. So, and I've had a lot of dreams, probably like 6 or 7 snippets of me teaching somebody or sharing something that I learned on this plane, not the other way around. So I'm just bringing that up as well, that do the work in here, not just spiritual. Do the physical work, work your left brain as well. Read, do these exercises, develop the knowledge. Whatever you think, ask source as well, meditate on it. But at the same time, do the research as much as you can. Information is here now. This is the age of information. 10, 15 years ago, to get a book wasn't as easy as it is now. And we disregard it because the information is just there. We're like, oh, I can just read it anytime. I can just go grab it. No, do it now. And
here's the kicker. Don't overload your brain with so much information. Keep it very simple. And
100%.
In your own perspective. That's how we do it.
That's 100%.
Right. Don't learn a lot about something. Don't learn a lot about one thing. Learn a little about everything and just keep it simple.
And I like how I kind of tie in. I'm tying it in my mind with what Doc said. How I said, just keep it simple. What is your body craving? Like mentally, what is your mind craving?
100%.
Pay attention.
Mm-hmm. That's 100%, y'all. And what you have to understand about knowledge is you already had that knowledge. The book is just making you remember what you already knew. So, hire yourself to the knowledge that you're supposed to get. You understand where I'm coming from? Your spirit guide, the higher angles is going to lead you to the knowledge that you're supposed to uncover. And it's knowledge in everything, the physical act and the spiritual. So that's so important what he said about the physical act, because that's how we learn. We don't learn sitting still with chaos. We learn by action, putting action to also our thoughts. And so that's when you become the most powerful. Remember, that's creation. And knowledge is creation. If you really think about it, you create in yourself again.
And I'm a Gemini too, Red Sun brother.
Hey, peace.
Gemini. That's why I call myself unique mind, because I got a unique brain.
What are you saying? Ether 9? You just listening. Okay. Well, anybody else before I end? Am I ending the chat or?
Yes.
Okay. So anybody else before we close the meeting for today?
Yes, 10 other people. Y'all have anything to say?
Yeah.
Just one last drop, me being the Gemini that I am, one last drop. Just remember that all the technology out there is a reflection of you. So, you have cell phones out here to make calls. What do you need to navigate? Cellular data. So when you get the knowledge, you're just reactivating that cellular data required for you to travel within your vessel. So that's just it.
Hey, you are feeding our soul.
I mean, dropping it on us, just dropping light.
Knowledge. The telephone comes from telepathy. We are telepathic. It's just a phone imitating what we could already do with our organic tech. Everything is a mimic of our organic technology. TVs, everything, just to make us forget how to do it ourselves.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Break out that crystal ball. Go to looking in it. You'll be shocked what you will see.
Right.
That's real talk.
Shoot that quartz crystal, boy. Do you be serious?
Mm-hmm.
People thought that crystal ball real, boy. You can see some stuff up in there. Right. Okay, family. Well, this was a good chat. I appreciate, value all of you guys, and if you have any topics for discussion for next week, please just leave them in the chat, or you can inbox me or inbox any of the admins. I think Unique one, Zeke's one, One Love one, Power is one. We got a couple of admins, so you could just inbox them too, and we'll definitely bring it to the table at the beginning of next week's discussion. And so everybody just stay hydrated, get out here in our sun, brother, meditate, do what you got to do, vibrate higher, eliminate all of the distractions, and Peace and love and protection and power to all of you guys. Till next week. Or till somebody have another one if we have one in between. And
I might put one in between.
I know one of y'all gonna pull. I already feel the energy that one of y'all could pull one in between. I just don't know which one of y'all it is, but I already felt it coming. So that's why I said or in between, because I already felt the thought before it hit. So
right. Telepathically, see?
See,
yeah, we there.
I felt y'all like we were gonna call. Yeah, I know. So all right. Till we again, you guys. Have a good one.
You too.
Peace.
Peace and love.